Hi folks, Doug here. Ellis Car Customs, where we put the K in can do. Um, Glad to have everybody back. Uh, Welcome aboard to anybody who's new. Hopefully you'll stick with me as I build a Nomad from scraps. It's the only Nomad I'll ever afford. But in the last episode, we were working on the heater box and heater pieces there. We'll probably finish them up, get them into paint, and see what other trouble we can get into. I got Nomad, the Bondo cat, here with me again tonight. People said he should stay away when I'm like sanding or, he gets the dust on him, but I can't keep him away from me. I try not to blow dust in his face, but he really enjoys being up my ass. Don't you, buddy? Yeah, look at him. He looks proud of himself. So, I'll be doing some more of that time lapse. People seem to dig that, and it kind of shows the process without getting too boring. You get to see what I'm up to. Normally, in between shots of the way I was doing it before, I would explain what I was going to do and kind of show how I was going to do it, and then I'd show it done because who wants to watch, a bunch of welding and cutting and grinding and all that stuff? But with the time lapse, it goes by lickety split, and you can even put a little music to it. That music I put in the last episode, that wasn't my music. Hopefully, when I get that new old style camera, because with this camera I'm using right now, I can't edit with my own personal computer. I end up having to use my wife's computer, and all my music is loaded on my computer, so I can't put my music to the time-lapse stuff because I don't have access to it from her computer. So hopefully that'll change when I get that other camera finally, and things will go back to normal, and we can go back to just talking about the car. So I'll set myself up some work and I'll bring you along. Thanks for stopping by. If this remote works. Look at this, I got a remote in my hand. I hate Chinese stuff. I'm going to do it this way. If it'll let me. It still won't let me. See why I'm getting another camera? We got this piece sanded and beautified somewhat. So now we're gonna prime it and put a coat of paint on it. I already got a coat of primer on the box there, the heater box. We'll prime this thing up, get it ready for paint, and see how it goes. I'll bring you back. Well, we got those pieces in paint. They look a little glossy now, but it's a semi-gloss black, so when it dries, it won't be quite so shiny. But at least we have black parts now to tuck up under our dash. So we'll find something else to do. So before I finish ripping all these wires out, I thought I'd show you something sketchy that people used to do back in the day. Older folks probably have seen it before, where you blow a fuse and you stuff a piece of tin foil in there, like that. Another piece up there. Let's see, right there at the top. Big wad of tin foil stuffed in there in place of the fuse. You pull it right out of there. Here. Tin foil. So the chances are the fuse blew, and then somebody wrapped the fuse in tin foil and stuffed it back in there to make a connection. But yeah, it's one down, right? Because you got that, and you got this piece right here. I don't know if there's a fuse there, if that's just a big wad of tin foil. But yeah, that's all it is people stuff tin foil in there to get themselves going, or keep themselves going anyways. But I just figured I'd show you that before I finished ripping the wires out of here. My buddy's sitting in my face shield. You like that, Nomad? That comfortable? Huh? But this is the wire harness out of the thing. You definitely don't want to, if you're going to put all this work into the car, you don't want to go with 70-year-old wiring. This stuff is just so brittle and dried out, and it's just fire waiting to happen. We don't want that to happen. They don't charge a hell of a lot for a new wiring harness, so it's worth going the extra mile. You can see now I got the thing out of there. You can see that aluminum foil I was talking about stuffed in there. But there's not much to them. And nice thing about the wiring harnesses, at least the ones I've seen Dan from DD Speed Shop use, they're all labeled what they go to, and because this thing had a couple of weird things. There was a dial under the dash that I think was like a aftermarket headlight switch or something. But well, We'll have to get light switch, new ignition, um, basically everything under the dash. We'll have to get wiring, ignition, maybe a clock that works, an ashtray that I don't have, fix the glove box. But we're going to get it cleaned up so we can get that into primer hopefully soon. I'll bring you back. So our buddy Nomad says he's hungry. Says I got enough work done for today. So good night, buddy. Well, anyway, that's what I got for you. I did a little more of that time-lapse stuff. We'll see how that works out. I get in the house, I gotta order, like I said, I gotta order wire and harness for the thing, and I want to see if I can get that firewall insulation pad that goes in there that's all crumbling and falling apart. Ignition switch, all that good stuff. Because we won't need it right away, but we will need it. So I should start sourcing it, because some of the stuff might be hard to find. You never know. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the likes and the comments and the gifts and all the things you do. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.